Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Cruise Director Rich here. Another beautiful day on board the Star Princess. Just a quick rundown of some of our major activities taking place this morning. Right now, correction time is 9:52. Beginning at 10 o'clock this morning, we will have a report lecture on Stanley and Ushuaia. And at 11:15, our first session of Snowball Jackpot Bingo. And this is taking place in the Vista Lounge.
Welcome to the Captain's Welcome Aboard reception. Well, ladies and gentlemen, right now it is my utmost pleasure to introduce to you the master of the Star Princess. You've got to bring him on with a huge round of applause from the United Kingdom. Please welcome Captain Ed Perrin.
Well, thank you, Richard. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to have the opportunity at this party to formally welcome you on board the Star Princess. I know you've had my voice booming over the public address system, encouraging you to go to those nasty drills and tell you why we're late leaving different ports and so on, but this is a lovely occasion, a social occasion where we can all dress up, relax and actually get settled in on board the ship. Well, you really have picked quite a spectacular cruise. This really is quite something special. Of course, the ultimate goal, I know, for everybody is to head down to the Antarctic Peninsula. It really is quite a voyage of discovery heading down there, and I do hope that you find that that you feel like an original explorer. I don't know if you know any of the rules about navigation in Antarctica, but there's lots of treaties set up to make sure that it remains very unspoiled, a totally natural place, and of course, as such, I do hope that you can enjoy it in its full beauty. It really will be spectacular. We've just got to cross our fingers and hope for some really good weather as we go down. Incidentally, at the moment, looking ahead, it does look as though we're going to be lucky and have a good time. Well, on board this ship, I'll give you some statistics. I find this very interesting. On board the ship right now, we have 2,477 of you. That's 2,477 passengers. And taking care of the 2,477 of you is 1,067 of us. You all come from, as passengers, 44 different countries around the globe, and we, as crew, come from 38 different countries. Add that little lot up, if I've got my mathematics right, and I haven't counted any country twice. So if there's a crew member from one country and a passenger from the same country, it only counts once. The total on board this ship right now is 3,544 of us in total, and this really is quite staggering. We come from 58 different countries around the globe, so give yourselves a round of applause for being such a cosmopolitan bunch. Well done. Now I'll give you a very quick rundown of where you're all from. Now this is just passengers, it's not crew, this is just the passengers. From Argentina, from your home, you set off from home, we have 146 of you. From Australia, we've got 164. That's a very quiet Australian. Up there from Austria we have 3, from Barbados we have 2, from Belgium we have 2, from Brazil we have 71. Well done, Brazil. Where do we get to? From Canada, 343 of them. I don't need to introduce the Canadians. From Chile, 45. We're taking 4 to 5 of you home to Chile. A huge distance to come. From China, we have 20. From Costa Rica, we have 2. The Czech Republic, 1. Very lonely. From Denmark, 3. From France, 11. From Germany, 58. From Hong Kong, 1. Perhaps you could meet up from that person from the Czech Republic. And 8. The Aussies made a lot more noise. Kingdom, that's my home, 216. Now this will be the noisy lot, you wait. United States of America, 1,217. And I always leave you second to last because you are always the noisiest. But don't forget, we have also 3 from Uruguay. So ladies and gentlemen, that's where you're all from. Now, as I said earlier, you really have picked a wonderful adventure. We've been through Buenos Aires, Montevideo. We've got the Antarctic Peninsula to look forward to. As I said, there'll be lots more about that as time goes on. But as we sail out of the Antarctic Peninsula, please don't think it over. Think it's all over, because there's loads to look forward to in Chile and Argentina on the way back as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd love to introduce the entire ship's company. I'm incredibly proud to be the master of this ship. The ship is only as good as the crew who work on it. If I introduced everyone, we'd obviously be here all night. I'd like to introduce 1 or 2 of my seniors. And I'm going to start. This is a very unusual cruise. We are heading down to Antarctica, and as such, the navigation is a little bit more challenging, and because of that, the company have put on, and as always do on these trips, a second captain. There's a gentleman who's recently been the master of the Grand Princess. He's about to head off to the Sapphire Princess, but for the next 2 weeks he's here holding my hand and helping me through the ways is another captain, Captain Tony Herrick. Tony, come on forward. Now, you've been on board for a couple of days, so in that time I'm sure you've found your way to one of our dining outlets. If you've been to one of the restaurants, I do hope you've had the pleasure of meeting our maitre d'. He's from Italy, Luigi Moretti. Luigi! And the person who always gets the most applause at these occasions is the person who's responsible for your ever-increasing waistline during your days on board the Star Princess. And that obviously comes under the responsibility of our executive chef, Paolo Mori. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome on board. We do look forward to getting to know you a little better during the cruise. We hope you're going to have a wonderful time, take home lots of happy memories and wonderful pictures as well. One thing left to say, and that's bon appetit. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the master of the Star Princess, Captain Ed Perrin, and his senior officers, and a special warm welcome to Captain Tony Harriet. Great to sail with him again as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, not 1 but 2 great shows for you. 8:15 and then again at 10:15, Princess Theater Cinematastic. It's our full production show. Salute to Hollywood.